I don't know, man. Do you guys think that Hamlet should have killed Claudius?
Yes, for sure. He definitely should have, because I think revenge is definitely justifiable. Because if someone tried to kill my father, I definitely would have tried to take revenge on him and do something back to him like Hamlet did to Claudius.
I also think that revenge is justifiable in the case of Hamlet killing Claudius, because he basically ruined his whole family's life, and I think that he could at least get a little revenge on Claudius, but I don't think him killing 5 other people in the process was justifiable, but definitely killing Claudius was.
I think Hamlet's revenge on Claudius was not justifiable because an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Yes, I do think that Claudius deserves some sort of punishment for the actions he took on Hamlet's father, but I do not think Hamlet had the liberty to take it into his own hands in killing Claudius by himself.
I would also say that Hamlet's revenge on Claudius was not justifiable, because if he would have just focused on being a good king or a good prince, then there wouldn't have been as much collateral damage, and he would have just become a better king than Claudius after Claudius died of old age.
I don't know, man. I think his death was justified. You know, he killed his father, and which was obviously admitted. He admitted it in his prayer, and all that. And then obviously in the end he gets killed by Hamlet, which I think is entirely justifiable. He killed his father, then married his mom. That's messed up.
Alright, so the killing of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, was that justifiable?
I'd say it is justifiable because they were best friends for the longest time, and they just went behind Hamlet's back and forgot about all the times they were there for each other, so kill them.
I think it's not justifiable. Even though they were childhood friends, they were pledged their loyalty to the king of Denmark, and they were just taking orders by the king. They could have been punished by death by not following those orders, so I think that it is not justifiable.
I gotta agree and say that it's not right for Hamlet to kill Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, because all they were doing was following the king's orders, and they could have gotten in some pretty big trouble if they didn't just listen to what the king said. And they had no clue that Hamlet was gonna react like that, so
Yeah, bro.
it's not right.
Lame.
Yeah, guys. Well, their deaths justified for Rosencrantz and Guildenstern? I would say no. I don't think that they should have died. Now, do I think they're real friends to Hamlet, though? Obviously not. They're not friends to Hamlet. I mean, they completely disregarded anything that would be good for Hamlet and just listened to his uncle instead. But do I think they should have been killed for that, for being loyal to their king? No.
I totally agree. I mean, there's other ways to go about revenge without having to kill people. I mean, we don't go nowadays, if friends go behind each other's back, we don't go out and straight kill them. We just think of other ways to get back at them.
Maybe you don't.
Alright, do you guys think Laertes killing Hamlet because he killed Polonius, do you think that's justifiable?
I think Laertes definitely had a lot of reasons to kill Hamlet, because Hamlet killed Polonius. He practically made Ophelia commit suicide. So Hamlet screwed up everything and anything, so he definitely had the right to take revenge on Hamlet.
I agree. I think it is completely justifiable because Hamlet killed Polonius for no reason, and then after that, Ophelia basically killed herself because of that. So Hamlet caused all that, and it was all for no reason. He had no incentive. He was just crazy. So kill him.
So in this case, I gotta say that Laertes' revenge on Hamlet is justifiable, because Hamlet killed Polonius, even though he claims to maybe not known that he was behind the sheets. He spends a lot of time around Polonius, so I think that he would know his voice. So I think that he did that one on purpose. And he went off on Ophelia and made her go crazy, and she ended up killing herself. And for how much Hamlet did to Laertes' family, I think he deserved to die.
Yeah, Laertes could kill Hamlet in that case. Like I said with Claudius and Hamlet, same thing in this case. Of course, Hamlet's was probably a lot more destructive because, he destroyed the entire family, like Jake was saying. And Ophelia jumped in a river upside down, and Polonius got driven through with a rapier, and he was slain.
I think it's not justifiable because, once again, Laertes didn't have the right to decide what sort of punishment Hamlet had to go through. Like, yeah, Hamlet killed someone, he deserves to be punished, but Laertes has no authority whatsoever in deciding what punishment goes to Hamlet for the actions he took. Like, you can't just kill someone, guys, come on.
Okay, so is Juvencio's killing of Don Lupe, after Don Lupe killed one of Juvencio's animals for grazing on his land, justifiable?
So, fat negative, I don't think Don Lupe should have been killed for that. Now, he did warn him, first of all, that he was going to kill one of his animals if he let him graze on his land again. And that whole conflict there was a drought, but they both needed that land. And it was Don Lupe's land, so it's his right, it's his property. To tell Juvencio, you can't have your animals on my land, etc., etc. Now, Juvencio killing Don Lupe for killing one of his animals, very wrong. I don't think that an animal's life is equal to that of a human being, someone who has consciousness and can actively speak and make decisions and stuff like that.
I think Juvencio killing Don Lupe is not justifiable. Just because Don Lupe killed one of Juvencio's animals, it doesn't give you the right to kill him. Like, you were letting your animals eat on his land after he specifically told you not to. There's a drought going on. He needs his land for his animals, and you kept letting your animals eat on his lands. So of course he gets to take something and kill one of your animals, but I mean, you going and slicing and slaughtering him, it's not justifiable at all.
So I'm going to agree with Connor and say that it is not justifiable because all Don Lupe did was kill one of Juvencio's animals because Juvencio was letting his animals feed off of land that was not his in the first place. And even though there was a drought, doesn't mean that you can go feed off of it. It's not right for him to just go try to feed off of somebody else's land. And the way he reacted when Don Lupe killed one of his animals was way out of proportion, and he definitely should not have killed him.
So I'm going to say this revenge is justifiable because animal lives matter too. We need animals, and he killed his animals, so he had to get some sort of revenge on him.
It's completely justifiable because Don Lupe killed Juvencio's basically income and source to provide for his family, and so by doing that, it's only fair if Juvencio kills Don Lupe because he provides for his family, so justifiable.
I think that it's definitely justifiable for the colonel to kill Juvencio because even if the colonel was not Don Lupe's father, it would still be a crime for Juvencio to kill Don Lupe. And the way that the colonel killed Juvencio was completely, like, what's the word
Ethical.
for it? Ethical. Good word. Which, like, he killed Juvencio ethically while Juvencio chopped up Don Lupe. So I would definitely say that the colonel's killing of Juvencio was justifiable.
So I'm going to say it is justifiable because Don Lupe's son, he's practically the law. He can kind of do whatever he wants, but he makes the actual decision on what happens to him, so he definitely had the right to do whatever he wanted to him since he killed his father.
I once again think it's not justifiable. Yes, Juvencio killed Don Lupe's father, or Don Lupe, a while ago. The colonel, although has military authority over him, I don't think it's right. The death penalty is never justifiable. You don't have the right to kill someone for an action they committed, because then you, in turn, are just killing someone.
What was the question?
I believe it is justifiable for Don Lupe's son to kill Juvencio later on because Juvencio killed Don Lupe in a very cruel way, so the least he could do was kill Juvencio later on to get equal for his father.
Yeah. You know, I think that the colonel definitely had the right to kill Juvencio because, you know, even though it was a long time ago, at least he does it in a very humane way. Like, he doesn't, first of all, he won't even look at Juvencio. He's hiding in the dark. And then he gives him the alcohol so that he won't feel his death. Like, that is a very humane way of doing it while still getting justice.
So all in all, is revenge justifiable?
Always justifiable no matter what.
Absolutely not.
That old negative.
Sometimes.
Of course it is.